It is 10/6/2025. Level Up College Football Podcast in the building. Your boy Big G with a little special guest, my boy Mod, my brother, all the way live doing what we do on the Level Up College Football Podcast. Y'all, Sarah C. and Teresa is out sick right now. It's that time of year. It's that time of season. So you know how we get down. But thank you guys for rocking with us on another Monday Level Up College Football Podcast. Y'all listen, wherever you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever you find them, make sure you check into the Level Up College Football Podcast every Monday where we talk about specific college football. Mod, man, where the background? Where your face at, dog? What's going on out there, man?
Hey, man, look here. You know, I'm working on some little technical difficulties. I got it over here done, but you know what's popping, man? It's another week of college football and one of the greatest sports ever created, bro.
I think it's to be honest, Mod, I'm gonna be honest. I think it's the number one sport that was ever created. I think by far it's the number one sport that was ever created. I like it more than professional football because it is what it is, man. And the thing is, you don't have the luxury, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit today. You don't have the luxury to drop 2, 3, 4, 5 games. That ain't what we talking about. This ain't the NFL. Yeah. This ain't the NFL, all right? All right, man, let's say what's cracking to a bunch of people in the live chat. Craig Withrow, Reginald Rivers, Claude Bishop. What's cracking, you guys? We're going to have more fill in as we go. Pickens, you big dummy. Y'all, we appreciate y'all rocking with us on the Level Up College Football Podcast this week. Mod, I got to start the podcast out with the real deal. WTF is going on in Happy Valley, Pennsylvania, and Austin, Texas, bro. Two. Now, I can't even talk about Clemson. I can't talk about Clemson or Notre Dame. That's also 2 top 5 teams that ain't ranked no more. But, dog, what the heck is going on in Clemson? I mean, in Penn State, and freaking Austin, Texas, bro. What's happening?
Bro, like, honestly, man, it all comes down to coaching. Comes down to coaching on both sides, man. I mean, when you think about Penn State, everybody's been saying James Franklin. Well, James has their own needs, man. You know, James has been given ample opportunity in Happy Valley to get that thing on the right foot, and he's been given the talent. He had the talent this year to do it. You know what I mean? We were all saying running backs, quarterback, wide receivers. They're all there, but hey, the thing that's crazy is that you know you can have the best roster in college football, Texas Longhorns, and not be coached to a place to where you just get your butt whooped. It is what it is, you know. And I think when we're looking at this, the position coaches are just as valuable as the head coach. So to me, I think that's what this is coaching, man, on both sides.
Yeah, B-Dirt said, running through the jungle, man, we appreciate you rocking with us, bro. He said, transfer portal has made it so hard to judge these teams early in the year. That's facts, man. It leveled the playing field in college football. And when you have opportunities to pay players and do what you need to do to build a team and build a roster, it's like instantaneous microwave teams. I mean, we saw that last year with Indiana. You're seeing it again this year with Indiana. You've seen it with Texas Tech University. Instantaneous, we got to be better than the next man because we're paying for these players. But Mod, James Franklin, your coach, man. What's the deal, man? What is the deal? What is going on in Austin, Texas, man?
Well, I mean, honestly, I can tell you one thing. It's something that we've all been saying. You know, Bajan, great running back. Roshan, good running back.
Yeah.
Jonathan Brooks, great running back.
Yeah.
You've had these outstanding running backs who've been better than their offensive line. Then you had a couple of people on your offensive line who just would have went pro regardless, right? You had a big boy in New Orleans that would have went pro, and you had big boy from Duncanville that would have went pro regardless, right? So, but if you look at it, this offensive line for at least 3 years, I mean, they got Quinn Ewers destroyed in the Alabama game when he was putting up numbers against Alabama. Nick Saban's final year when we went to Alabama and broke their home winning streak. He got mobbed on, absolutely mobbed on. And then the second piece of that is Bijan was getting hit in the backfield and had to do some type of dance as soon as he got the ball. So when you look at it, I think Kyle Flood think about the Georgia game. The Georgia game got mollywopped. And Big G, what have I always said? What do we always say when it comes to football? Where do you have to be good at?
And the offensive line and defensive line.
Trenches.
Yeah.
Period, point blank. And if you, as an offensive line coach, are just teaching these boys to be pansies, hey, it is what it is. And we talked about this today, man. Look, if your defensive line is going up against a soft offensive line all week in practice, guess what they're going to be? Flat-footed and soft when the game starts.
That's
what it looked like. That's exactly what it looked like. You got a flat-footed and soft offensive line. A soft offensive line, so you had a flat-footed defensive line, and they got mobbed on. So, truth be told, bro, I think it's time for Kyle Flood to go. And like I said,
for you guys that don't know, Kyle Flood is the offensive line coach for the University of Texas. Mod is a diehard Longhorn, and he's saying the first straw that's got to go is the offensive line coach at the University of Texas.
Got to go. Oh well, gotta go. You gotta go. He's got to get out of here.
But Mod, this is the thing. So I'm hearing that from the Texas Longhorn fans that follow and watch our podcast. I'm hearing a different story in College Station. In College Station, they're talking about the offensive coordinator for Penn State needs to go. So that's a level up. That means, okay, he's got to go. And if not, James Franklin's got to go. So I make that statement to ask you this question, because this was part of the script today. Is it panic mode time in either one of those locations? Is it panic mode in Happy Valley? Is it panic mode in Austin, Texas? Is it panic mode?
In Happy Valley, yes. Happy Valley, yes. Why? Because it's been going on longer. You know what I mean? James Franklin, Claude Bishop, you just said it right. James Franklin should have been gone. In this panic, it's time to hit the button. You know, if you push the button on everybody around you and it still don't change, it's time to push the button on you. And James Franklin, I think it's time for James to hit the road, Jack. Don't come back no more. His key card shouldn't have never worked this week. It should have, adios, muchachos. His key card should have been gone. They should have had all this stuff sitting out in the pod and tell him, hey, man, looking at him through the window and just saluting him. Thanks for the memories. So
now this is my thinking concerning with James Franklin. You have two NFL running backs. Two. Maybe one first round, or maybe a kid that's going to go second or third round. It's the step down from Travion Henderson and Quinshon Judkins from last year. Two returning starters. But you're trying to make Drew Aller the star? You're running RPO football and he's getting more carries than those two guys? Is it really the offensive coordinator, or is it the philosophy that's being taken on by the head coach at Penn State University?
It's the head coach, man. Like I said, it's time to push the button on James Franklin. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. Push the button on James Franklin. He said College Station be dirt, but what he meant was Happy Valley.
Happy Valley. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same place. Yeah, same place. It's same because Texas A&M ran Jimbo out of there a few years ago because his philosophy was the same way. And James Franklin is looking the same. But my comparison to to Jimbo Fisher, is Steve Sarkisian. He makes a lot of money. I'm just pointing out facts. Texas A&M had two top recruiting classes, the number one overall class during his tenure. Texas A&M had a top quarterback and the top defense recruited in his tenure. Steve Sarkisian's had the same thing happen. The number one overall quarterback, the number one overall recruiting class twice, and his win-loss record is worse than Jimbo Fisher's. So I'm saying he's the same guy. What has he done? What has he done to make Texas better? And I'm asking that question to say this. How do you solve it? How do you solve it in Austin, and how do you solve it in Happy Valley?
I mean, Steve's record is 38-17. Let's be real.
That's trash. That's a trash record.
38-17, 5 years, bro. And when it comes down to it, Sark has had this is the second year of really having his guys, right? And he's taken a team 2 years in a row, a game away from the national championship, 2 years in a row.
That's facts.
When we're talking about Sark has bought himself some time.
Okay.
Right? He's bought himself some time. But when we're talking about James Franklin, he's done none of that with good teams. That's why you got to push the button on him. You got to go ahead and push the button. It's time, man. You got to go ahead and say, hey, man, James, it's cool. Now, you mentioned Jimbo Fisher. Yeah. And if Jimbo Fisher got fired in the middle of a game. So it's really happening. Yeah, he said he'll pass on that. He said rumors out of Happy Valley is that they want John Gruden, and I'll pass on that too. I mean, the game may have passed John Gruden by.
Oh no.
But I'm just saying the game may have passed him by, but it's better than James Franklin. It's better than James Franklin.
I don't. So this is my issue with Coach Franklin, and I'm going to make a statement about both coaches, and then we're going to move on to a different subject. The issue with James Franklin is this: James Franklin is a guy that recruits 3 and 4 stars and coaches them up. James Franklin's issue is his blue chip ratio for 5 stars has never been to the point to where he can actually run with the big boys. James Franklin has if you look at James Franklin's tenure, his best 2 players has been Micah Parsons and Saquon Barkley.
No,
that's
hey, the tight end from last year. No, you had some people now.
No. Not all at the same time. Not all at the same time. Not all assembled. Not like the Avengers, not assembled.
Yeah.
Right? His blue chip ratio at Penn State University is not like that. He gets 3 and 4 stars and he coaches them up. James Franklin hasn't had a top 10 class in 3 years. Let's just kick facts. He hasn't had a top 10 class in 3 years. So he's coaching up. He's coaching up. He's coaching up. And this is why I think Texas is different, because Texas, you're getting 5-star. You're getting the #1 recruiting class. You have the highest blue chip ratio in all of college sports. The highest blue chip ratio in all of college sports is Texas compared to everybody else. And you're 3 and 2. And you're 3 and 2. This is my point of what I'm saying concerning Texas and concerning Penn State. I'm not saying it's time really to push the button on either one of them, because we got a lot of games left to be played. I mean, really, to be honest, Penn State could win out. Penn State could win all the rest of their games and be in the college football playoffs. Texas could win out and be in the college football playoff. But I think it's time when you have to start doing gut checks concerning the coaches at both of those universities. That's just my feelings, bro.
No, and
it's time to start doing gut checks.
You're right. You're absolutely. I don't disagree with you, bro. That's not something that I disagree. Like I'm saying, oh, you're wrong. No. This starts at the top. You know what I'm saying? And it trickles its way down. And I guarantee you, if you don't think that there's a conversation being had with Steve this week, you crazy. This is you. Listen, I guarantee you one thing. You won't lose to both rivals this year and heads don't roll. Ooh. I can guarantee you that. If you lose to A&M, you lose to Oklahoma, might as well kiss the baby. Some heads is rolling. You know what I'm saying? You don't lose to both rivals. And you definitely don't. If you lose to Oklahoma, you definitely don't lose to A&M. Because they're my little brothers. And you son them. Even when they were going to the SEC, we sent them packing with a loss. So you have to understand. You have to understand at this point, that conversation that's being had with Steve Sarkisian is, hey, look, Sark, I just want you to know something. We like you and Laura Lynn being around here. Really love y'all being around here. But I'm going to tell you something. It's either you or them.
Yeah.
It's either you or them. And that conversation is being had right now.
Hey, Still Elite, man, thank you for the $4.99. He said, looking at the tape of Michael Trick from Baylor, I don't know how high he's going to be, but he's a perfect move replacement. He's a dog. Yeah, we're going to definitely talk about that on the Steelers channel over the next couple of days. We're going to be talking about players that can play at the next level for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The show on Smash the Gas and Pump the Brakes is going to be a lot.
And I'm going to tell you something. If you've not watched our breakdown on college players, you're missing something, because we look at Torrey Hope. We called them. We're calling these boys, man. We're calling them as they're in school, and we're saying, hey, that boy's going to be a dog at the next level. Texas Tech linebacker, is it Martinez, I think it is?
Yes, Martinez,
Going to be a dog.
Yeah.
It's going to be a dog. 155 tackles already. This is unbelievable. The man is a monster.
Well, yeah, I mean, what we do on the KnoItAllz channel definitely is the pre-draft and all whatever else analysis. We call guys where they have perfect fits concerning the next level. So, but like I said, we started up right around the middle of the season, and we're going to start talking about players, especially during the bye weeks and stuff like that, that can be maturate to the next level and where they fit. And it's more specific about the Cowboys and the Steelers.
Big G, I'm gonna let I'm gonna let Texas go on this, but I gotta say what's real. And Claude, thank you for the super chat, and thank you for your comment. I seen you. You be talking real wild. I was getting ready for communion, and I saw your comment, and then I heard Big G now. I was listening on my way to church. Look, but I gotta tell you, Kelvin Banks Jr. went to play in the league, was just a dog. But and look, he only gave up 2 sacks in college his whole 4 years.
That's facts.
That's Kelvin Banks Jr. I think he was a guy who was going to the next level anyway. But when you look at Kyle Flood and what he's done, it's not acceptable. In the last couple of years, they've literally been manhandled physically by Ohio State, by Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Twice. And that can't be. When you're getting the top athletes and you're getting, top classes in the trenches, you're supposed to coach them up, bro.
That's facts.
So when it comes down to it, man, Kyle Flood he's low-hanging fruit. He's low-hanging fruit here at this next place. When your running backs are so good that they're out. I mean, if you look at Roshan and Bijan, they're physically imposing. This group of kids we got, not so much. The biggest one we have, it always hurts. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, again, when we're talking about coaching matters at this level. When you have to play Kirby Smart, when you have to play Ryan Day, when you have to go play the coach from Oklahoma, you have to go play the coach from A&M. These are coaches that know, hey, look, they're coming in here and they're gonna be physical and they're gonna hit you right in the mouth. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. So no ducking, no dodging. I can just tell you, this team could literally go 5-7. Big G. They could literally go 5-7 at this point. Because if you look at their schedule, there's enough teams on there that you're looking and shaking your head. Like Arkansas and Kentucky are the only teams that I can say are the absolute victories. Everybody else is 50-50.
A 5-7 record, there's mutiny afoot in Austin, Texas. Oh. And I will say this, James Franklin, you got one more to drop, bro. I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know. You got one more to drop. One more to drop, and it's over with. It's over with you in Penn State and Happy Valley, bro.
Yeah.
All right, Mod, I got a question. Who was your biggest BTA over the weekend, bro? Who did you see and you was like, man, I cannot believe they got manhandled like how they got manhandled concerning college football. This is ridiculous.
Well, I got 2 of them. I have 2 of them. I mean, and I hate to, kind of put this out here, but my first one's gonna be Houston. Ooh. Houston, 35-11.
Oh,
that's just an all-out spanking. You know what I mean? They all out got their behinds whooped.
Texas, they play Texas Tech, right?
Yeah. Tech that behind.
Texas Tech is for real. But they bought the roster, man. They bought it. They paid $25 million for the roster. They bought the roster.
Bought it or not, somebody still had to coach it, Big G. You know what I'm saying? About it or not. You know, I could buy you a Lamborghini, but you still got to drive that bad baby. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
facts.
I mean, it just is what it is. But like I said, that was a thrashing. The other one, I won't call it a BTA. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, the game was a lot closer than it looked. But you know, Texas A&M took Mississippi State to the woodshed after they got, because it was really close going into I think it was in the third, right? And then all of a sudden A&M woke up, and it was just, you know, BTA to BTA, a whole bunch of it was happening.
Yeah. G Stacks, man. Yeah, big ups to the University of Virginia Cavaliers, 5-0, starting off the season ranked and now in the top 25. They look like a legitimate team in the ACC. It looks like it's going to come down between Miami, Georgia Tech, and UVA. But don't count on NC State because this thing ain't over with yet. But give them big props, man. Big props. My BTA, man. And you know what? I'm going to pull the bias sign out on myself. My BTA is the Buckeyes. Ohio State whooped Minnesota 42-3. Right? Oh, people can say I'm wrong or you're biased and you're a homer and all whatever else. Ohio State looks clearly better than every team in college football as of today. I like Miami. I'm not saying that they're a bad team. I like Oregon. I'm not saying they're a bad team. I like Texas A&M. I'm not saying they're a bad team. But, bro, Ohio State looks heads and shoulders above everybody else. You just don't whoop nobody 42-3, bro. Ohio State don't give up touchdowns. That's why I'm saying that's the BTA. Claude said I'm wrong and I'm biased. Claude, how can I be wrong and biased?
So I'm just going. I'm gonna say you're biased because Miami can give y'all a game, if not beat y'all, and I really think that they can really give y'all a really, really good game. And Oregon, I mean, y'all don't play them this year. I think Oregon is another team that would give y'all a good game. There's no head and shoulders team that's above. Jeremiah Smith is one of the greatest things that college football has ever seen. You know what I'm saying? And may go down that way if he does some, things in the playoffs and actually wins y'all one himself.
You realize Carnell Tate had 9 catches for 163 yards and a touchdown, right?
I do realize.
I mean, come on, dog. Come on,
but I mean, how much of it is the Jeremiah Smith effect? He's good, but if you take Jeremiah Smith off the field, and now Carnell Tate can be double covered, how much of, you know what I'm saying? So you have to attribute you're playing with a great player. So I mean, he's really good. He's the Alvin Harbour to the Micah Irvin. So you know what I'm saying? He opened that thing up like Prometine missed.
Yeah. Still, at least said Miami matches Ohio State in the most important in the trenches. I think Miami definitely does have top shelf defensive and offensive linemen, but I don't think they match them in the skill position. And I said this off air, and then we're going to segue to the games for the week. If the only difference between Ohio State now and Georgia when they went for the back-to-back was they had Stetson Bennett as the quarterback that they knew was coming back for the next year. If Julius Sand was starting quarterback last year and started again this year, there'd be no doubt that they were going to win the back-to-back. The only questions come from the people that watch the games is, can this freshman quarterback continue to grow up right in front of your eyes? But he's doing it. And so that's why I'm saying that's the separation. The Georgia that went back-to-back and the Ohio State that went back-to-back look very similar. Matter of fact, the Ohio State that's going to go back-to-back is actually better. And you look at Sonny Styles, you look at Caleb Downs, you look at Arvell Reese, you look at Kenyatta Jackson, you look at Jeremiah Smith, I mean, dog, they got killers, bro. They got killers.
I mean, here's the deal. Julian said 23 of 27, missed on 4 passes, 326 yards with 3 tutties. That's impressive. It's impressive. And Carnell Tate 9 catches, 183 yards and a touchdown. almost 200 yards receiving. Impressive. But, you know, and I mean, let's not act like, I mean, they were 3-1 coming into the game, right? Minnesota was. But they're not a perennial powerhouse now.
No,
you know,
that's facts.
But they did, you know, they beat who you can only beat who's in front of you, and they did a great job of that. Do I catch your comparison of Ohio State to Georgia? I could see it a little bit, but still, you don't have a Jordan Davis over there. You know what I'm saying? You have a Caleb Downs, which is crazy. Arvell Reese is good, but you don't have those guys. You know what I'm saying? You don't have those guys on that team. And Georgia's defense to me was stouter than y'all's defense, but I could catch it. And they, you know, hey, they may go. It may be one of the things that go back to back. It's very possible. So you have to. I'll just reserve my comment until, you know, on Ohio State being that team until I see what the season looks like right before the bowl game.
Yeah. Gavin said, don't forget they got Caden Curry, who lead the nation in sacks right now, but that's a whole nother comment. And Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter was illegal together. That's facts.
Illegal. They shouldn't have been together. You know what I'm saying?
Hell, they still together. Fly Eagles fly.
Yeah.
My brother calls me a closet Eagle fan, but I'm telling you, because it's the defense, bro. The defense. B-Dirt said, I think Miami has looked better and had better wins as of right now. Those two definitely separate themselves now, since Oregon's best win doesn't look great at all. I mean, I get it, but I think Oregon is still to be played with. I mean, they're not to be played with. I think that Oregon can definitely. Oregon might have the Heisman Trophy winner quarterback. And more is not to be played with.
Yeah, DeCorian Moore is a dog.
Yeah, the quarterback more, wide receiver more, that ain't to be played with.
A dog.
You know. All right, so Mod, we got this week's schedule. Now, this is what we're doing. And so I got to announce this now. On Saturday, you'll be able to either catch the live show or a syndicated show of Get Your Game Day On with me, Sarah C. and Teresa, when we make our actual picks. So since Mod probably won't be on the show on Saturday, I'm going to actually go through the picks with Mod for the games of the week that we pick. See what he thinks. Get his analysis concerning teams with college football and what they can do moving forward. All right? First game on the schedule of the week, bro. The Alabama Crimson Tide, ranked number 8, go to Missouri and play the number 14 ranked Missouri Tigers. Your thoughts, man, on this game, man. A big-time matchup in the SEC that nobody can afford to lose. Your thoughts, bro.
Upset alert. You know, Missouri looks really good this year. They look really good. They have some excellent receivers down there. They, you know, I'm looking at it. They got the Manning kid at receiver. Quarterbacks playing well. The running backs playing well. Like I said, when we think about this, and I'm starting to look at this, Big G, Missouri might have this game now. Kalen actually coached a good game last week, right? And you know, they came out and they beat Vanderbilt, but I think Vanderbilt did some beating themselves. They actually beat themselves in a lot of areas as well. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at it, and that was a home game.
Yeah, Missouri's at home.
Yeah,
Missouri's at home.
No, I'm saying Alabama. Vanderbilt was at home, right?
Yeah.
So let's see how this translates on the road. And I'm saying upset alert, but I think Alabama pulls it out by 3. But it's upset alert though.
Yeah,
it's upset alert.
Hey, so for all them Penn State lovers over there, Claude specifically, how Bo Pelini looked at a quarterback from Missouri, the transfer from Penn State University. Y'all chose Drew Allen and ran that boy out of there, and he's down there literally killing them. Ahmad Hardy, the running back for Missouri, looks outstanding. Manning, Johnson, and Kevin Coleman, wide receiver from Missouri, they're not missing the kid that got drafted by the Chicago Bears at all.
No,
they're not missing him at all. But the thing that Missouri has, Mod, Missouri has finally got an SEC defense, bro. Missouri, this is the first time I've ever seen Missouri strong in the trenches. It literally can get you off the field. And see, that spells trouble for Alabama because their strength is Ryan Williams, wide receiver, Ty Simpson, the quarterback, and Kevin Proctor, the left tackle.
Well,
that's their strength.
Yeah, and number 5 is pretty good too. What's that wide receiver's name for Alabama? He's pretty good too. Hey, no. Yeah. Let's not act like he ain't showed up. Let's not act like he ain't studied up. He done studied up a couple weeks, man. Let me get out. I'm gonna tell you his name.
Still, at least said Ryan Williams don't like contact. That's facts.
Well, Ryan Williams like painting his fingernails, so it's part of it.
Wow.
It's part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Gurmy Bernard.
Yeah, Gurmy Bernard is number
5. Dog.
Yeah, he's right now. So still, at least saying he's their number 1. I don't know. Ryan Williams is still Ryan Williams. Now, don't get it twisted. Ryan Williams is Ryan Williams.
Dog.
Yeah.
Gurmy Bernard is a dog. You know what I'm saying? So he's starting up this year. So Ryan Williams is Ryan Williams, but at the same time, and it's why I expect Alabama to eke this one out. But hey, it's up to the letter. It's up to the letter over there, man.
So you're taking Bama to beat Missouri
by 3, yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah, if Bo out there killing them, y'all, if Missouri, that's a total mishandle of Penn State University at the quarterback position. Because actually, to be honest, he looked better than Drew Aller a lot when he was playing.
A lot.
He looked a lot better than Drew Aller when he was playing. So yeah, I won't give you my pick, but just based on what's going on right now, I think you're on the right stream, considering an upset alert from Missouri to beat. And how fitting would it be? The SEC would be turned completely upside down. At that point, completely upside down.
On his head, yep.
Right. On his head. All right, the second game, big time game, bro. Big, and I'm gonna tell you, don't you slip on the second team I'm gonna say. The Oregon Ducks host number 3 Oregon, host number 7 Indiana. How much more does Indiana have to do to prove to teams that they're legit? Last year, they lost to Ohio State until they lost to Notre Dame in the playoff. This year, they whooping everybody. They beat the living hell out of Illinois. And now they go to Oregon? Ma, your thoughts, man, with the Quackers facing them Indiana Hoosier boys, man.
So here's my thoughts. And I have to say this the right way. Indiana's Indiana till they prove they're not Indiana.
Oh.
Indiana has not beat a perennial powerhouse in football at all, right? They've really been good. They've really been good. And as much as I want to pick them, the more brothers is just, hey, they too much, man. They too much. And these boys finna get out here and show out for real, man. They finna show out for real. I think DeCorian Moore has a big game. I think, Indiana barely beat Iowa. Not saying that Iowa's trash, but they barely got out that game with their life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they did beat the dog mess out of Illinois 6-3-10, but Illinois ain't Oregon. You know what I'm saying? Illinois ain't Oregon. Oregon had the defense, and like I said, Oregon can put up some points, and they at home. So I got Oregon in this game.
So I feel it. I think Oregon. I think the Quack Attack.
Yes, he is.
I think the Quack Attack is not to be played with. Dan Lanning has these kids playing better than they did last year. And they was the number 1 overall team going into the playoff last year. He hasn't playing better. And I think that's because of the athletic ability at the quarterback position, but I also think it's with some of the improvement on the defensive line. Right?
Absolutely.
So I would say yes. And I love Oregon's 2 freshman running backs. I love both of their freshman running backs. I think man, they hit it out the park with both of them, including more of the wide receiver freshmen. So they got a lot of young pieces. But for Fernando Mendoza, for Indiana quarterback is playing lights out football right now.
He is. I mean,
he's playing lights out.
He almost broke a record. What was it, like 4 touchdowns in every game? Like he was on a trend until that Iowa game.
Yeah.
And didn't throw 4 in that game. Like I said, when it comes down to it, Indiana's Indiana until they prove they're not Indiana.
Yeah. I'm not gonna give you the pick. Like I said, make sure you get your game day on Saturday at about 10 o'clock. But I'm telling you, this game is gonna be a whole lot closer than what a lot of people think. A whole lot closer. But make sure you tune into the podcast to get the pick. But Ma, you're going with the Quack Attack. I heard they're gonna wear some super fresh uniforms this week too.
But they always wear. I mean, they got so much money to throw around and throw away. It doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Phil Nike's out there. They probably donate they uniforms every week to Goodwill or something like that and get new ones. And it's crazy, man. Phil Knight got that money. He got that bread.
Yeah, he got big bread out there. Them mummy uniforms was killing them last week too, by the way. Those glow-in-the-dark mummy uniforms they had for Penn State was unbelievable. Loved them. All right, Mod. Another separation game in the SEC. I think this game is more separating than Alabama and Missouri. What I'm going to say. The South Carolina Gamecocks, Lenore Sellers, who might be the best quarterback in college football, invade the LSU Tigers. They go to Death Valley and try to get the win in Death Valley to save their season, to salvage their season. So,
you went past, you got straight to my point there, G. You got straight to my point. South Carolina needs this. Ooh. LSU's going down. South Carolina needs this one. And LSU just been escaping with their life and a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Barely getting by. And this is a South Carolina team that I think is gonna come in very, very on fire, hair on fire, just ready to go and play football. I really believe that South Carolina is gonna win this game. It's gonna be a physical one, but look for Lenore Sellers to have a huge game this week. South Carolina is gonna win this game. That's my call. I just know it. I see it. I feel it. They need it. This is what it is.
Well, I mean, in some people's mind, this is the matchup to determine and decide who is the number 1 overall pick. Right? I mean, there's going to be. I'm willing to say that out of the 32 teams, there'll be at least 30 teams represented from NFL scouting for this game. Concerning what's, I'm saying out of 32 teams, 30 of them will be there.
16 to 20. Not all of them will be there. About 16 to 20.
I believe it. You have 2 top 5 quarterbacks.
Yeah, 16 to 20. Because not everybody needs a quarterback.
Right. But LSU has outstanding NFL talent on defense.
They got talent all over the field. You know what I mean?
South Carolina's got NFL talent on offense.
Yeah. And I mean, defensive tackles aren't bad. So, like I said, when I'm telling you, South Carolina's gonna put themselves on the map because they got to get this game to save their season.
Okay. All right. So, key to the game. Can South Carolina establish the run game against LSU's defense? Because it's been absent all season. South Carolina University does not have the running back that they had in Rock Sanders last year. And that's hurt them. Now, they've developed more in the wide receiver game. They've developed more in the tight end game. But can they walk out can they go to Death Valley and rush for 85 to 100 yards? I think if they do that, they walk out. They walk out with a win. But like I said, I'm going to save the pick. And y'all know how I feel about Lenore Sellers. Yeah, Lenore Sellers is really that dude.
You're a Lenore fan.
2 years running, I've been saying he's the best quarterback in college football. Well, this is his opportunity to prove it.
Absolutely, Danny Littlejohn.
Yeah, he's right.
I'm saying it.
He's right. All right, Mog, we got 2 more games. Another top 25 matchup. We got all top 25 matchups this week. All right. The Ohio State Buckeyes, number 1 ranked in the country, go to the Fighting Illini, ranked number 22, who can basically make their season with a big-time win against the Buckeyes. Illinois, Ohio State, man. What you got, man?
I mean, why would this is the press trying to hype this game up. It's a
what?
BTA,
It's a ranked team versus a ranked team.
It's a BTA game. Ohio State's gonna beat. Hey, you know how you get whooped so bad your tongue is out your mouth. It's one of them. They just gonna hold them down and just. I done told you never in yo. That's one of them. That's what's fixing to happen, dog. It's about to get really. It's about to get ugly. It's about.
Ma, you really do believe it's a BTA like that, bro?
Oh, it's a BTA. It's gonna get bad.
Your ass is mine.
It's a BTA.
It's a BTA?
Bro. It's a BTA. It's going down, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say this. Let me say this. If Ohio State wins by more than 14 points on the road at Illinois, Ohio State is going to the Big Ten championship game.
Oh, I never doubted that. They don't play Oregon, so I never doubted that.
Nah.
They got Michigan. Michigan.
You got it.
I've never doubted that.
TTUN owns the Buckeyes right now, bro.
Yeah, Tune do, but I'm just fitting to tell you that the gist of the matter is still when you're looking at the team from the team perspective, Ohio State's gonna be. I don't even know what the line is on that, but I guarantee you they're gonna clear it. Might as well just take that's an easy bet.
I mean, hey, the live chat is talking about that they're gonna get the dub and they're gonna blow them out.
Yeah, no.
So I don't know. I like I said, you're gonna see the game day show. They playing for the Ill Buck Church Trophy, the Ill Buck, and Illinois traditionally with a ranked team has given Ohio State fits. Traditionally,
I was more concerned about that Washington game than I am this one. And look, you see what Ohio State did to Washington. Man, look, I'm just going to tell you, it's about to get ugly. It's about to get ugly.
Okay. Last game, the big one. The big one. The big one that Longhorn Nation needs to hear you talk about, bro. The big one. The Oklahoma Sooners versus the Texas Longhorns in the Red River Shootout, Dallas, Texas. Hey, man, this is a big game. This game can make or break a lot of stuff, man. And I'm hearing right now that Oklahoma's quarterback is going to be available for the game. Your thoughts, bro? You got the platform. Say what you say concerning your Texas Longhorns and Oklahoma Sooners, who's ranked number 6 in the country, by the way.
I watched a lot of. Well, first of all, it's 5:53 in the Central Standard Time, and OU still sucks. So that's how I feel about OU.
Facts,
right?
But facts.
But here's the deal: like from an honest perspective, and somebody who is going to give you an honest look into Longhorn Nation, the defensive line won't be this bad as they were against Florida. Florida came in as one of the top offensive lines this year. I know you know that because
that's facts.
We talked about it so many times, and you had the books. So, they imposed their will on Texas, and like I said, bro, the gist of the matter is that if you were going up against a soft offensive line all week, you didn't expect what you got in Florida, and I just don't think that Pete is gonna lay an egg twice. If he does, Pete's head is on the chopping block.
Oh, Pete is the defensive coordinator for Texas.
Yes,
correct.
PK, we call him PK. You know what I'm saying? And that don't stand for preacher's kid. That stands for Pete Spakowski. You know what I'm saying? The biggest matchup here, Big G, is Oklahoma's defense versus that offensive line.
Oh,
Arch got beat up. You found out that the boy was going to have to be tough because they beat him up in that Florida game. I mean, absolutely beat him up. Now, either he grows up and gets rid of the football, throws the football and dumps down, which is what Quinn did. See, this is why I say Kyle Flood got to go, because Quinn had to end up getting rid of the ball quickly because his offensive line wasn't holding up, right? So if Arch grew up and he took a step, I ain't gonna lie to you, he took a step at in the Florida game, just a step, but he still looks like a freshman quarterback. And that is a knock against Sark, because he's been labeled the quarterback whisperer because of the quarterbacks that he's put in the pros. You know, the quarterbacks from USC, quarterbacks from Alabama. You know, he's put them in the pros. You know, but I don't know that Texas can win this game. It could happen. I don't expect it to happen. You know, I expect Oklahoma to win. At least by 7.
You picked the Sooners by 7?
I hate Sooners. But that's why I started off what I was saying. You know, I just don't have faith in us at this point. I don't have faith in the fact that offensive line can block that defensive line. This is arguably one of the best defenses in the country. You know what I'm saying? Texas doesn't suck. Don't suck, man. Claude, I'm gonna tell you something. Texas, man for man and personnel wise, probably has one of the best rosters in college football. This
blue
is
chip
all
ratio.
coaching.
Blue chip ratio. They're number 1.
Yeah, this is all coaching, bro. This is all coaching. This is all coaching. This is all coaching. Now the worlds can line up, and because it's a rival game, just like last year, Michigan beat y'all. You know what I'm saying? Worlds can line up, and we just mash Oklahoma. That could actually happen, right? And you got some seniors, some guys. We're still a young team, but then you do got some guys who, you know, this will be their last Red River rivalry, and this is a big one, man. It's a big one, but I still pick Oklahoma by 7, bro. Like I still pick them by 7.
Oh, well,
unfortunately,
yeah, man. I can't believe it. I mean, I'm just being honest. I can't believe it. So Oklahoma's 21 total sacks this year is top in the SEC. And if you thought Florida got after Arch Manning, Oklahoma's going to get after Arch Manning. They're going to get after him, right? But the issue is, if Hawkins is playing quarterback for Oklahoma, Texas defense can get after him. I saw what I saw concerning Hawkins. Hawkins is not a good quarterback. Now, if it's a Mateer, yeah, but no. And I think that Texas, what do you do to a team when you're coming in as the clear underdog? You do to them what they do to everybody else. What they do, you do the same thing. But will Texas's defensive coordinator dial it up to get after Hawkins? Because I'm really, truly telling you they can.
Yeah,
he's a turnover machine. He's a turnover machine.
You have to think about it. You didn't see Trey Moore. Colin Simmons started to turn it on. He was like, look, you know, I'm just going to go. And then Anthony Hill was invisible. Malik Muhammad was hurt. Is he going to play this week? We don't know. You know, and the Kobe Black got torched over there by the freshman wide receiver, Dallas Wilson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Got torched, got his head handed to him. I mean, he had his baby picture. He just showed him his baby picture and was like, you was a cute baby when you was young. You know what I'm saying? Had it in his back pocket, Big G. But the key comes to it. Can Texas run the ball? Can you run? I mean, you only attempted, I think it was 10 rushes. Like it's horrible. You can't have Arch throwing that much. Can you run the ball? Can you establish a running game? And then after that, can you keep Arch from getting, just pulverized? You know what I'm saying? If you can establish some drives, run the ball, keep them from just pinning their ears back and coming after them, you can win this game.
Yeah.
But one thing's for certain, two things for sure. Can't lose to both your rivals in the year. So you're going to have to try to get this one. You know what I'm saying? It's you gotta try to get this one. You got a better chance at Oklahoma than you do at A&M.
Yeah. Facts.
At this point.
Wow. I never thought I'd see the day when my brothers say, no way for the Longhorns. I can't believe it. Y'all, this is the first on the KnoItAllz podcast. My brother said, no way for the Longhorns.
Hey, man, we got to be realistic when we sitting up in here and you got a voice. You can't just be a homer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's facts. Tay Boy Fresh said the Longhorns are ranked, the number 4 ranked team in Texas. He's saying TCU, A&M, and Texas Tech is better than Texas.
Nah, that's not true. So, like I said, it comes down to coaching. You know what I'm saying? It comes down to coaching. Like we've said, the blue chip ratio is
number 1.
Texas is up there.
Yeah.
But when you can't coach them, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And look, I gotta say this because I know you can't really pick, but you gotta think about this. You got talented freshmen like Littleton, the cornerback for Texas, talented. But you got one of the I think it's like 2 or 3 Jonah Williams, best safety that in the nation last year. He's battling a hamstring issue. You ain't got him in. You got big boy on the defensive line. You hadn't been able to work him in. Yeah. I think Pete he's hid behind talent for a long time, man. You know what I'm saying? You've had so much talent that you've been able to hide behind the talent. You haven't schemed. You don't dial it up. That's one thing you can say about the top teams in the nation, they're bringing pressure from everywhere. I mean, pressure's coming from under the ground. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're inventing it. They're making you feel it. They're bringing what in football is called shadow pressure.
Correct.
It's not really there, but it's there. You know what I'm saying? And we're not manufacturing any of that with people who are gonna go be outstanding pros. Colin Simmons is gonna be an outstanding pro. Trey Moore is gonna be an outstanding pro. Anthony Hill is gonna be an outstanding pro. Leona Fowl is gonna be a outstanding pro. You know what I'm saying? The big defensive tackle from Purdue gonna be a good pro. And you're not manufacturing any pressure.
Michael Tabb is going to be outstanding pro. I mean, let's talk about it.
Here's the deal, Big G. You can't tell me that a freshman quarterback from Georgia coming into his first game, you don't move him off his spot. How? As a defensive coordinator, the first thing I'm doing is sending the dogs rabid. I mean, they're going to see them coming with a whole bunch of slobber coming out their mouth. I want them to be talking to themselves before the play. I want them to be water boy, just, I want, you know what I'm saying? I want them, we're going to confuse this guy. Didn't do it. We never move a quarterback off their spot. PK is another person who I'm looking at real tough. And I'm like, man, you're not earning your paycheck.
DJ Langway beat you, threw for 300 yards on one leg.
On one leg.
But Mod, in all fairness, because this ain't a bash the Longhorn session. In all fairness, Texas normally dials up a different game plan against Oklahoma. Traditionally.
Oh, absolutely. Traditionally. I mean, the records go out the window. Texas only won one game. 1 year, we only won one game. And guess who it was against?
Oklahoma.
A ranked Oklahoma team. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, this is the Red River rivalry. You got to pull up your boots and buckle your chin strap. It's going down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, like I said, I Tim Lyons said Langway had the MJ flu game on one leg. Yeah, Tim, Tay Boy Fresh gives a $5 super chat. He said, Mod, you got the 7:30 setup NBA 2025-2026 season premiere. Get your you got to get ready, dog. You got to get ready. All right, so let's close out the show, bro, with this. Let's close out the show. Thanks, Tate, for the 5. Close out the show. Your sneaky game of the week. Who do you think is going to do an outstanding job on a sneaky game for the week? Because I got mine. I think that Kansas and Texas Tech is going to be a shootout. Kansas ain't got no defense, but they can score on anybody. And Texas Tech's defense ain't all that.
Well,
So I like Kansas, Texas Tech. What's your
I'ma
sneaky game of the week?
I'm gonna keep it P. Florida, Texas A&M.
Oh.
Florida,
Okay.
Texas A&M. I'm gonna keep P. We gonna see. We gonna really see. A
I'm
sneaky
feeling it.
game.
Feeling
Sneaky
it.
game. If
Feeling it.
we get to Florida that played against Texas, Texas A&M may be in trouble.
Feeling it. All right, y'all. We're to the end of the Level Up College Football Podcast. Ma, thank you so much for sitting in this week, man, and giving some true analysis concerning the Texas Longhorns, man. I think people needed to hear that from you, man, and an outstanding job with your analysis concerning the state of condition of the University of Texas. Y'all make sure that you check me, Ma, Tate, every week on the KnoItAllz podcast, live on Sundays at 6 p.m. But we have a schedule now. We're going to show, we'll have it available. We can show you all our shows on all the different days, all the different times, because we can do a lot of live content now. The channel is growing by leaps and bounds, and we couldn't do that without you. Make sure that you come back tonight on the KnoItAllz podcast channel and check out my boy Tate Boy Fresh to set up for the NBA with Ahmad and Tate because they're kicking it off this week. And then make sure you come back tomorrow to check me out on the Keeping It 100 show for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Can the Steelers win the AFC North? Can the Steelers win a playoff game? Is this the year for the Pittsburgh Steelers? A lot of inquiring minds want to know, and that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Keeping It 100 show. Mod, you got any final thoughts before we get out of here, bro?
Hey Tim, I got you, man. We got some coming this week, some Cowboy content, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
And just a lot of the sights and sounds of the game against the Packers. I haven't shared that I'm gonna share because I was in the building. Nah, man, we out of here, man. Great show, Big G. Definitely informative as usual.
Yeah, make sure you check out me and my girls on Saturday. Get your game day on. Live show, 10:30 p.m., where we're going to do a picks of 9 games, and we're going to tell who's going to win, who's going to lose concerning college football Saturday. As for me, Big G, my boy Mod, my girl Sarah C, and my girl TB Teresa, man, we appreciate all you guys rocking with us, and we'll check all you guys next week on the Level Up College Football Podcast. Peace.